it's the Pacific Northwest zombie movie lover here. And I'm here to look at another zombie movie. I'll talk about another zombie movie. But it will not be a Christmas one. And the reason why is I'm on record saying I don't really care for Christmas related horror movies. Despite the fact that I do own a few. Just the ones that I can stand. But the main bulk I consider terrible. And I tried the zombie ones and they were god awful. And I couldn't stomach it. So instead I decided to pick one that wasn't Christmas related. Or wasn't like Story of the Dead, which basically considers itself a zombie movie, but there's a zombies only in it for like 10 seconds. But instead I'm going to look at one that is a zombie movie, but an interesting one. 2023's Attack of the Corn Zombies. Now, before I go on talking about this movie, I got to talk about the corn zombies. What a corn zombie is somebody who's apparently eating this contaminated corn, or has been bitten by a corn zombie, and they got like ears and kernels of, not ears or stalks of corn sticking out of them. Some of them have little kernels of corn sticking out of them.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are now getting reports of similar quarantine zones being set up further upstate. Have you heard anything about that from where you're at?
And, so basically, this set in 1969 in this little town, who apparently I guess revolves around corn. They even have a corn festival. Hey, I'm not gonna complain. In Washington State, we got a place called Walla Walla, who has an onion festival. An onion festival, a corn festival. I'm sure someone's got a jalapeno festival, but if somebody has like an asparagus festival or a mushroom, I'd be if I lived in a place that had a mushroom festival, I'd be making all kinds of shroom fest. But anyways, we're meeting these different characters now. They have them dress and act like the caricature we might have seen in some of these movies where the kids are like hip like and stuff, and leather jackets, bad wigs, like the beehive hairdos. We got people who, the one girl's mother, looks like she's old enough to be her grandmother, if not her great grandmother, but she's got the beehive hairdo on. Oh man, it's an interesting thing to say the least. But we have these three hippies who are like those splits out of the mind most of the film, and there's a line in it early on like, how do you hide it from your parents? It's like the laughing like like dude.
How do you two hide that you do drugs from them?
Rainbows. Aren't they wonderful?
You gotta have some pretty dumbass parents not to notice the kids are blitzed 24/7. But anyways, during this festival, because of the contaminated corn, we're told early on, given a hint early on when one of the women is talking about her husband working on some kind of special fertilizer. Odds are that's what caused it. Anyways, when the corn zombies start attacking, so like we see the scene where we got these three hippies sitting out in the garage, blitzed out of their minds. When this woman shows up saying that her and her friend were attacked by one of these zombies, and the one guy, because the other two are blitzed out of their mind, but the guy's like trying to figure out what's going on. This woman shows up. She's upset because they didn't share any of the weed with her. Completely ignoring the woman sitting there covered in blood, or got a little bit of blood from just crying. And then this other woman shows up, and the one girl, because I'm asking about this girl Rosie or whatever, it's like, oh, the one stoner girl, there she is. And she attacks a woman who was bitching about them not sharing her weed with them, takes a chunk out of her, and again the one who was laughing, who a few seconds before is laughing again like, oh, fuck. And then they get away, and they're trying to help the one woman who had showed up at first, and they're not noticing that when she dies, she's got a ear of corn sticking out of her back. And the one guy goes to use the phone. Oh god. The phone. It was a rotary phone. Yeah, they were very accurate. An old rotary phone. For those of you whippersnappers who don't know what a rotary phone, before we had all these little buttons on the phone, beep, 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 beep. We had the circle with the little holes, and there's these little numbers, and if you had to call like pizza, you had to sit there, turn it, and if you got it wrong, you'd have to hang up. Although I didn't, because my first phone, my parents thought it was funny as hell. For my first phone in my room was to be a rotary phone, and I figured you didn't have to hang up. You just had to take your 2 fingers and hit these 2 little button things on there. But the guy's trying to dial 911, and he's getting static, and he's unplugging the phone and can't get it to work. Things down. So the group kind of splits off into 3. So you got the people who are staying in this house because the little girl got bit. You got the stoners who are just like running around looking for the one girl's mother. And then you got this kind of badass kind of biker girl, whatever she is, and her 2 friends and her boyfriend are going off trying to find this doctor to help the girl. And they, oh god, they didn't realize if you cover blood on yourself, you can do this. But like the one stoner at one point, he's like, I lost my weed. I had to go back and get my weed. That's why you put yourself in danger and almost died because of the weed. This is a very interesting film, not to say the least. The way they act is a complete character of what we would see in some films like Cry Baby, or maybe films of that time where they had the over the top, the bad girl pulling out the switchblade. Got to have the leather jacket.
What are you staring at, you freak?
Why do you even come to these parties if you're gonna act like a bitch?
The boyfriend, which shows up out of the blue like nothing happened. Yo, what's up, babe? Grabs a bloody bat from her like, babe, you make me hot.
God damn, sweetheart, you are so hot when you're like that.
I'm so glad you're here.
What'd I miss?
Not even noticing, like, why is this bat fucking bloody? Just, oh, baby, will you get mean and tough? Yeah. The violence is... The zombies, other than the stick of corn, the corn sticking out of them, is normal. The violence is actually... not too gory at times. So, like, we see, the guy looks like he's getting his intestines ripped out. We see somebody getting the finger and blood's going on the place. We'll give it one thing. I think this one girl was supposed to get her eye bit out. You don't really see it because, like, you kind of get a side shot and then you see blood squirting out. So I'm guessing she got her eye bit out. So it's got some... It's not too extreme in the gore. It's above... I would say it's above normal in terms of the gore. And there is a sequel, which I have to watch, called Return of the Corn Zombies, but I read something that said that this is a little bit different than the first one. I'm going to wonder what decade they're going to set it in. I should have known at the beginning, they're like, and Richard Nixon. The fuck, Richard Nixon? I had to Google when Nixon was president in January. Well, he was president in January, but he was president in 69. God damn, I need to go back to school in my history because I thought he was president in the 70s, not the 60s. Huh. Shows how much I don't know. But this movie is on Tubi. And I do suggest checking it out because it is an enjoyable, fun one. I do like zombie movies that kind of go against the grain a little bit. That's why I think I liked like Clay Zombies or Losies, in that they go against the grain in a good way. And this one does that too. It's not like Zombievas or Zombies, which isn't exactly good. This one is good and highly suggest checking it out. Now, before I close out, this is Christmas week. This video is going to be uploaded for Christmas week. I may do 2 live streams this week. Maybe one on my regular channel, maybe one on this channel, but this might be the only video otherwise I do this week. I might do one more for my regular channel because it's Christmas week, so I want to chill out and relax. So, before I go, for those who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. For those who don't, whatever holiday you celebrate this time of the year, Happy Holidays. Stay warm, stay safe, and if you get crazy, don't get too crazy. That can get you in trouble. And if you knock somebody up, oops, don't blame me. And don't name the kid after me either. Anyways, I'm the Pacific Northwest zombie movie lover. Wishing you all a happy holiday. And stay warm, stay safe. And you do not want to meet me in the graveyard, because I'll steal your Christmas money. Tuna Lou.
Who put this door here?